This is What If Naruto had Solo Leveling, Part 1. Sorry, guys, I haven't been posting that often. Well, it's more like I post about 2 to 3 times a week. I want to keep it to about that amount of time because it gives me more time to think about what I want to do for each single part. So I'm sorry I don't post daily like some other YouTubers, but this seems to fit my schedule the best. So let's get into this. Now, if you don't know what solo leveling is, it's from a light novel and manga called Solo Leveling. Now, it's basically like a level up system where it increases the person's strength exponentially and they class up and then they get new abilities. You'll find out more as you go along and as we progress into this story. Now, basically, Naruto's going to be about 12, 11 and a half to 12. He's a few, like, about 4 to 5 months before graduating the academy. Now, it's a nighttime occurrence. He's going out and he's coming home from eating at Ichiraku Ramen. Now, as he's passing by, some some rather suspicious Chunin and Jonin have come across him. Now they're all drunk and consumed by this drunken state. Their rage takes over, and they begin to chase down Naruto. It's that runt. Why don't we just do this village a favor and kill him off? Honestly, a demon like him shouldn't even be allowed to live in here. Now Naruto's running away frantically. He knows they'll actually kill him. At least in this state they will. Once they catch up to Naruto, they corner him. Please, I promise I'll stop doing pranks. Kid, you really think we care about those insolent pranks? Ha, you're a fool. Your just entire existence is a threat to us. How do we know that you just won't transform into the damn beast again? Beast? What are you talking about? Kid acting like he doesn't know. I bet you that's just the beast inside of you. Trying to trying to play stupid, huh? We'll end you now. Now, I'm gonna say it's two Chunin and it's one Jonin. They come up and they begin mercilessly beating down Naruto. Naruto's bleeding, they're stabbing him with kunai, and it's in a secluded area because they that's where Naruto was running off to, and now that they cornered him there, there's no one there to even remotely find him or stop this. Now Naruto's bleeding out, and as he's bleeding out, he's pleading, if there's a god out there, if there's anything, any higher being, please help me. I'm not ready to die. Now, in solo leveling, there was 3 steps, I believe. There was praise the Lord, which they did when they bowed down to him. And now Naruto is on the floor bleeding, so this counts as bowing. Then there was something where it was singing. Granted, I'm going to have to change that thing. It's more so that he's just constantly begging for it. And then prove your worth. And prove your worth is him not wanting to die and the fact that he's gone through so much torment. A tab suddenly opens up. Would you like to become a player? Naruto's confused by this. Player? Like a game? It begins to have a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Fine, I'll do it. He clicks it. And suddenly, he feels the final kick as he stomps, as one of the Chunin and Jonin just stomps on Naruto's head, and he blacks out. Then he wakes up inside the hospital. And the third Hokage's there. Naruto, my boy, we found you. You were on the floor, but you were in perfect condition. What happened? Now, Naruto just looks around. What do you mean I was in perfect condition? He looks down at his chest. There's nothing there. He's not bleeding. There's no wounds. Not even any scars. I'm fine. What's going on here? Now, Naruto's going to mention that he was beaten by these Chunin and Jonin, and they would, of course, be taken into custody. Their memories would be read into so they could actually see what happened. And now that makes it even more curious for the third Hokage. Does Naruto really possess this much of a regenerative ability? Even with the Kyuubi's chakra, he shouldn't be able to regen that fast. Now, Naruto, of course, is just in complete and utter shock from this. A 12-year-old boy being surviving death like that is a very has its strain on the mind. So now he's completely changed. If in his mind, there's no point in doing the pranks again. He saw what happened. His pranks led to fuel more hatred in these people, and now they want to come after him. He'd be better off just fading into nothingness, but he doesn't want to die. That's what he's thinking. Now the third Hokage leaves him alone for a short period of time, and as the third Hokage does this, he notices another tab pop up with a timer. You have failed to complete the directive of, you have failed to complete daily mission. Now, the daily mission is, of course, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, a 10-kilometer run, and 100 chin-ups and 100 pull-ups. Now, I'm going to double this. He has to do a 20-kilometer run. He has to do 200 push-ups. He has to do 200 of the sit-ups, everything. Everything that was like that is doubled due to the fact that he's just already much stronger in this universe, and I want him. It just makes more sense to me. So now, Naruto notices that the timer begins counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And suddenly he's teleported into a wasteland. The wasteland of just dirt. Sand. And centipedes are chasing after him, just as in per canon for the solar leveling story. He's taking the place of this, and he ends up just running frantically from this beast. He isn't strong enough to kill it yet, but he is much faster than the actual main character in solo leveling, so he's able to keep away from it much better, and his stamina is quite high. So he's staying away from it, running completely away from it. He doesn't want to get caught. He will die. He knows this. And suddenly, he teleports back, exhausted. He's on the floor, sand everywhere. Now, due to the fact that he's done this, he's going to gain consciousness in the bed again, and third Hokage is there again. Naruto, what happened? What were you doing on the floor with the sand surrounding you? He decided that he doesn't want to tell anyone about this, because he noticed that they didn't notice when anything popped on the tab. So he realizes only he can see this. And if he doesn't do these push-ups, do these sit-ups, then he won't properly, then he'll constantly be going back to that one wasteland. He says, I don't know, I don't remember. Now he's just acting like the amnesia is happening, and you might say, well, why wouldn't they just use the memory thing to try to see into Naruto's memories? That's because the third Hokage wouldn't allow it. This boy's already been through so much trauma, why would he do more? Invading the privacy of a young man's mind like that is nothing to just take lightly. Now, he's in better condition because he's going to claim the rewards. He's still tired, but then he claims the rewards and he levels up. He is now at level 9. That might be a big jump. I don't remember how much he went. I'm going to say that the XP was just... I feel like level 9 is too much. I'll put him at level 6 right now. He's at level 6 right now. So now that he's at level 6, he notices there's skill points. And these skill points, he looks in and he notices all these stats. Intelligence, 7. Ooh, that sounds bad, Naruto thinks to himself. Strength, 15. Stamina, I don't know, was it health? I think it was health or something. It was other ones. There was multiple, and I'll try to look into it more so I'm not stuttering. Well, not really stuttering, so that I can give you guys a better image of how the system works entirely in the next part. But he's going to put all his points into strength right now, because he's a, a natural kid. He just would think, okay, well, strength. I want to get stronger. I want to be able to get through this. If I ever get sent to that wasteland again, I need to be able to defend myself and not just run away. Now, he's released from the hospital, and he continues going to the academy for a short period of time, and he's constantly doing these push-ups in the middle of class. During changing periods or breaks, he would be doing push-ups and sit-ups and chin-ups and pull-ups. Everyone's just watching and kind of awe, but also curious. Man, they just start to murmur, man, Naruto's kind of weird. He hasn't been pulling as many pranks lately, and he's been pretty quiet. But why is he a fitness nut now or something? And then he begins to stop coming to school. And for about a month straight, he hasn't come to school or the academy. And then he goes back, and everyone notices that his hair is turning black. Naruto, what's happening to your hair? Shikamaru says. Naruto just shrugs. I'm not exactly sure, honestly. Maybe it's just a genetic change or something. You never know. Could just be getting darker. Shikamaru just kind of says, I don't know about that one. That doesn't really sound like that could happen or not. Now, everyone's just completely in awe on Naruto's personality change and the fact that he's been skipping school so much. But they've also noticed that over this month, Naruto's been getting extremely well defined, and he's grown a lot. See, I'm making it so he's aging. It's rapidly aging him, and it's changing him to look more like the main character in Solo Leveling. He's a mixture between Naruto and the main character in Solo Leveling. His hair is turning black. He's growing, and by the end, it's going to be about. He's going to be about doing dungeons, and he begins coming across these because when he claims does the daily achievements, he claims the presents, and he's come across many dungeon keys. So for the next 3 months, he clears dungeons, and the first dungeon he goes into, he begins beating down the beasts mercilessly, and of course they're a hard challenge, and eventually it's gradually changing, and then what was once hard for him is now easy, and then he continues on with the cycle, and then finally a new tab pops up. Would you like to enter the shop? Naruto looks at this. Yes. The shop tab pops up, and it shows a bunch of knives, axes, swords, shows everything like that, and he looks at this in a really in just a complete awestruck way. This is extremely weird. Then he looks at in the bottom right hand corner, it has a total of how much money he has. 12 million gold. 12 million? I don't know how this equates to our money system, but this is a lot. And then he looks at the prices. Some go up to 52 million. Some go up to billions. What is this? He's completely in awe. But then he looks at this other tab. It's labeled firearms. Now, I believe there wasn't any firearms in the actual Solo Leveling thing. But I'm going to... Well, there might have been, because it was set in Korea, but I didn't really see many firearms and people using them. But it shows a special gun, which Naruto, there's no guns really in the thing. They don't use guns, and he comes across and he sees it. It shows itself for 4 million gold. He buys it because it looks, in his mind, man, this looks awesome. This is badass. Then he goes over to the knives tab. Can't really find anything to satisfy his need entirely. There's some that are really cool looking, and that look like they have some extremely cool stats. But yet they're way too expensive. But then he goes over to the swords, and there's a pair of short swords. They cost 8 million. He buys them. Man, these are freaking awesome, man. These are badass. I'm gonna try these out. And of course he's gonna use, after doing all this, he would come have a accumulation of all these dungeons, and he begins opening them left and right, and he's grinding his level. And at this point, he's after a 5 month time span of when he has to go and take the graduation test because he's required to. He has leveled up to about the level of level 35 to 40ish. Now he's going to continue leveling up. But it's been about 5 months and he's been grinding as hard as possible. And now when he walked into the classroom, everyone's in awe. They don't even know that this is Naruto at this point in time. He has a gun holster. He's wearing basically the character in the middle right there is Naruto. That's exactly what he looks like. The same swords. And instead of that one strap right there, the strap right there would be a gun holster instead. Now they look at this character who they don't know is Naruto yet, and in just awe. The girls are kind of blushing, and Naruto looks like he's about 19 to 20 years old at this point in time, and because he looks like he's an adult. Now people, they're like the teacher, Yuruka Sensei, he would be like, please, who are you? What are you doing here? Can I help you with something? Now Naruto's gonna say, I'm here to take my, the graduation exam. Everyone's in shock. And why would you be doing that exactly? Well, it's me, Naruto. You don't remember me? Everyone just completely, their jaws drop. Naruto? What happened to you? You can't possibly be Naruto. You look nothing like that boy. Then Shikamaru interjects. That's not true. Look at his eyes. That's Naruto. And Naruto's hair was turning black. This makes sense. But why do you look so old now? How did you grow so much? You look like an adult. Now, Naruto just shrugs. He, of course, is going to... Basically, he's going to pass the test in a different way. He can't do the clones, and he's going to come up outright and just say it. But he's going to end up actually sort of just showing off his physical capabilities, and they're going to pass him as a genin then. Now, that's going to be the end of this part. If you guys like this video, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and honestly, just check out my other videos. In the next part, what team will he be on? How will Kakashi Sensei react to the fact that Naruto is extremely overpowered? And when will Naruto learn the full capabilities of solo leveling? You'll have to find out in the next part. Thank you guys for watching.